Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Footy Fantasy Podcast. I'm here with my friends. I call it the Dead Managers Fellowship. Liver-
What?
yeah, well, Liverpool's manager is good as
I didn't
dead.
consent to that name.
Well,
Yeah,
it
that
is
was
what it
all.
is. It is what it is. The Liverpool manager is as good as dead. Pochettino is half
He's
dead.
not as good as dead.
Well, he's out. He's out. Pochettino is half dead, and I think this guy is. We're just waiting for the funeral date to be announced for ETH.
Why am I suddenly feeling like we didn't even win our game? Like, what do you mean?
Well,
He's half dead. We're waiting for the funeral. What the hell?
well, the season's not ending as it's supposed to. You know, like a month ago, 2 months ago, when you were here, you were so
I
bullish and
think
all
we
of
won
that.
a trophy, but ask Data. I'm not sure.
Oh, so I mean, you want us to rewind it to like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, when you were so bullish about that? What's it called again? The send off
Listen, you
quadruple.
guys are the ones who are doing. Keep do the intro. Do the intro, and then we'll talk. I can't
All
start
right, guys.
arguing yet. Finish the intro.
Well, it's gonna be an interesting one for everybody arguing from the intro. Uh, this is your Footy Fantasy Podcast show. With me here is Linga. I mean, from the name, you can see Queen Scouser. You know, she's trying to put on a brave face at the end of a disappointing season. We have Dada back from the dead, Liverpool, Chelsea fan,
Listen,
present finding his
you've
voice.
been morbid today.
Yeah, well, like I'm a Manchester United fan, so like I have to be morbid. I don't know why I'm here. Why you see I'm even wearing another jersey now. I don't know why they brought me. Like they have a way of always fixing me to come and host when things are bad. It's Ayo's way of skipping, but it's all right. I'll step in for. I'll step in for him today. We all know what he's playing at here. He's avoiding coming to face the music, but that's why I'm here.
Exactly as
You know,
usual.
on YouTube and Twitter, we are on YouTube and Instagram. Excuse me, we are Footy Fantasy FOOTIE FANTASY. On Twitter, however, we are Footy AD. That's FOOTIEAD Fantasy. So please remember to subscribe and like our content. Please leave comments. We always appreciate those. So let's jump straight in. As neutrals now, let's dive into the title race because we are all out of it. So I think everyone will be objective.
Not mathematically, but no, we're out of it.
Oh, come on. Like there's some further
No,
math
we're out
some
of it.
further math equations and calculus will be needed to bring you guys back into this
Exactly.
title race, but So who are your favorites? Dada, let's start with you because I think I know what your answer will be. Who are your favorites for this title race?
You mean this? So I mean, I think Liverpool. I mean, I don't want to troll Linger. Like, I'm gonna be, like, I actually do miss her. I've not seen her in a long time, so I'm gonna be cordial. I'm gonna be nice. Put my best foot forward. Like,
Be
just
nice to these nuts, Dada. You heard me.
once again, I am gonna be nice. So having said that, so I think, I mean, Linger knows Liverpool is out of the title race, right? I think they were out when when they lost to Everton. I think that was the game.
Yeah.
So and what sucks about when you build up a reputation like I have over the years, I mean, we've been running that forum for over a decade now. No one trusts whatever I say, right? Anytime I say something, people are always looking through the microscope. What does it mean? He put his period before the D. Is he trolling? I actually do think that Arsenal are going to win the league. So I think what's going to happen is City is going to draw at Spurs, right? Because they have to play Spurs. I think they're going to draw that game. And Arsenal are going to win all their games. And Arsenal is going to win on goals difference. And it's going to come down to the last day of the season. And I made a promise to the group. I'm not going to close the group. I'll let them celebrate. But as sacrifice, and I don't know if anyone is listening, I'm going to remove an Arsenal fan from the forum permanently. So that's how it's going to go down. So I do think Arsenal is going to win the league. Just and it's nothing like City is going to play bad. I just feel like Arsenal on this, man, look, we have nothing to lose. Let's just go out there, do our thing. The pressure is on City, and they're going to slip up, I think, in that Spurs game. That's my prediction.
Fair enough. Linga, what do you think about that?
Well, I don't believe that he's serious, but
see. I prefix everything with that, and then
said with sincerity, I'm like, nah, subliminal.
You see what I'm going through here?
I think I have the feeling Arsenal could win, but as the person here who's lost by 1 point to City last game of the season 2 different times, I just cannot see how City could not win. But something in me does feel like Arsenal's gonna get it. I don't know. It's like the slow feeling of misery because, like, I actually like this Arsenal team more than I like the City team. But I don't even. I know maybe one City fan and so many Arsenal fans, and I don't want them to stun on these hoes. So I'm so worried that they will actually win it. But again, like, having just played Spurs, I just don't see how they could even draw City. I think they're gonna high line and concede 5. Like, so I'm still gonna go with City winning, but I do have a suspicion that Arsenal could actually make it happen, but I'm gonna go with City winning. What do you think?
You seem to be one of those people that when you go to Vegas, you get the what you call it, the coins, and then you go to every slot machine and you play across all of them to increase your chances of winning. Because your comment was just like hedging your bet. You're like, Arsenal could. That's like obvious. Arsenal could win it. It's only they got like a point ahead.
I actually think that we wouldn't. I think actually most points of this season, I would not say Arsenal could win. I would say City's going to win, and that's for sure. But I do think that Arsenal have been putting in especially determined performances compared to last season. Last season, even when they were top, I was still like, Arsenal's not going to win. There's no way. So there's a difference, actually. I know I am hedging my bets, but I do think this Arsenal team is more convincing, which is why I'm uncertain. But I'm going with City.
So if I went out to my backyard, if I went out to the back door, I'm in my backyard. If I went out to the front door, I'm in my front yard. That's what you just said. Arsenal could win it. City will win it.
Like City will win it, but Arsenal really could.
Okay. I tend to think Arsenal are the best team in the league. Best goals.
Arsenal is the best team in the league.
At the moment, yes. League goals conceded.
Yeah, that's an accurate statement.
Most goals scored. They've been the form team for months. The only problem they have is they have to go to Old Trafford.
You'll probably do what?
They have to go to Old Trafford.
What's that?
Manchester United and Arsenal are not usually straightforward games.
Oh, brother. Manchester United is who we're relying on. So let's give it to Arsenal.
Unfortunately for Arsenal, they haven't won in Old Trafford in a very long time. It's usually a very tough place for them to go. So that's their own banana skin right now. I think they're supposed to play Chelsea. I'm not sure. Arsenal's supposed to play Chelsea, right?
No, they played us already.
Okay, yeah, they played you guys already.
We didn't beat them 5-0.
Excuse me.
They played us already.
Yeah, my bad.
What was the score?
What does this matter? Isn't your manager leaving with just Mickey Mouse Cup? Nigga, don't try me. I told you.
Oh, yeah, talking about your manager leaving.
You've been nice to me today.
Talking about your manager leaving, let me take comments, but quickly, what I'm just saying is I think Arsenal will win the league, but they have to go and win at Old Trafford. And if they beat Man United next weekend, they will win the league. That's what I'm almost 100% sure of. That's the game. That's their final. They could lose it all day. You know, it could be a repeat of Groundhog Day again. Let me take some comments. Linga, your favorite fan is, leaving comments.
Oh,
so, let me. No, it's not Oga actually. It's the other one. Ayo says, "Hey Linga,
we're barely even friends.
Happy Christian Bull 10-year anniversary."
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think it was March 5th, 2023. We beat you 7-0. So happy belated to you.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I don't know why we're getting this stray bullets, but and he
Nobody cares
goes.
about the Coca-Cola Cup. Listen, the question is this: it is the least important trophy by far. Now, would you rather win that or nothing? It's the least important, absolutely, but that or nothing.
At least he got
That's the
something on his
question.
way. He got something on his way out.
Exactly.
Yeah, but such a downer. Oh, I'm gonna win the quadruple. I'm gonna tell my players about the league so that they all be fired up. Then they'll win the Europa League, win the FA Cup,
Yeah,
win the
that
league.
Yeah.
backfired.
No.
That's spectacularly
The
backfired.
Yeah,
surprise
that
is the
backfired.
Europa League. Actually, I would
He
say
thought it
like
was going to.
every other thing is
He thought it
okay.
was going to hug his way into a quadruple with his veneers.
No, no, no.
Let's see his ass somewhere.
Yeah. I also says Man City's going to win out. Arsenal will draw at Old Trafford. I think so too. I'm not sure they'll win that game. The minimum Arsenal, the minute Arsenal put it back in City's hands with 5 games to go,
Yeah,
it was done. Yeah, City a machine. City a
that's
machine.
the thing. And this is the
But
point in the season that they like and the rest of us hate.
I don't like Arsenal. But there's this
Mm,
thing I don't want. I mean, like, come on, City winning 4 in a row. Like we should
seriously.
all come together and let someone else win it because this is just too much of
But does that someone
like.
else have to be Arsenal?
Unfortunately, anyone but I'm now
I know
anyone but
we
City at
we
this point.
we squandered our own chance, so fair
Yeah,
enough.
I mean, to be fair, I prefer Arsenal winning it to Liverpool winning it, but you know, anyone but City. Because there was a time we used to go, oh, Germany's a Farmers League, France is a Farmers League, Spain is a Farmers League. Technically, the English Premier League is becoming a Farmers League. Because if City win this one, what's stopping them from going 5 in a row?
I get that. I get that. But the thing about Farmers League is, I mean, every year that City has won it, it's been very, very close, right? So you think of last year, like,
Yeah,
it went what to the last couple games of the season,
That's
right?
right.
And then the season before Liverpool. So it's always been like this, like very slight edge. Uh, PSG won that league game two.
yeah.
I mean,
And Bayern didn't win their league.
and Bayern didn't
Madrid
win the
only
league,
just
but that's
won.
an
Like, yeah.
anomaly. In best believe that's not going to happen again. So you kind of get this competition, right? I mean, we had a three horse race to the league up until maybe 2 weeks ago, something we've
Yeah.
not had in a while.
That's right.
Probably the only top league in Europe that had that. So I still think overall the EPL is still a quality product, a more competitive and quality product compared to the
Mm.
rest of these leagues. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I don't know about you guys, and I don't watch as much sports, but when was the last time people even talked about El Clasico?
Honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah, especially this season when it was so one-sided and
exactly.
Barcelona
But
were
like in the
have
EPL, man, you get a classic
Yeah.
game once a week. Like once
yeah,
a week,
Yeah.
you guarantee a banger, right?
yeah,
So
that's right.
I think that's really what makes it a farmers league. It's just the overall quality of the league is just
Yeah.
Yeah, you get like three good teams, and then the rest of the league is
it's just
some three good teams. The rest of the league is just so far
trash.
off, so far off. Like you take out Dortmund, of course. What's the name? Leverkusen, right? That's
I mean, shout out to Leverkusen, unbeaten
mm,
still.
yeah, but you take out Dortmund, Bayern, and Leverkusen. What's in German league? Take out PSG. There's really nothing in French league. It's Barcelona or Real Madrid all the time in the Spanish league. Once in a while, like Girona will stand up and they'll fall. Atletico Madrid is just surviving. They're just surviving, just hanging on because they can qualify for the Champions League. If not, if it was still the situation where the top team goes to the Champions League, Atletico Madrid would have been blown out of the water a long time ago because that's what's
Mm.
been helping them stay relevant. Yeah, okay. Let's move on. Let's talk about games. Let's talk about the games today. There was some bangers today. Ooh, Liverpool Spurs. What a surprise. I'll let you start with that one. Oh, yeah, go, Kalinga. Yeah, you're in the mood. So go on. Go on.
I mean, it's funny actually because I think midway through the game when it was 4-0, I was like drinking mimosas at the bar with my friends, texting either like, I'm gonna be so drunk on the podcast, it's gonna be great. In the last 20 minutes, we were all sitting there like this, looking stressed. So like we battered them so well in the first half. Our best, most recognizable first half in weeks, if not months. It was really finally like, yes, this is Klopp's Liverpool. High pressing, energy. Spurs is Hoyloin being ridiculous and conceding goals as usual. And then, I mean, like, minute 70 through the end of the game, like they got those 2 goals, and I was sitting there like, oh my God, if we draw 4-4 or lose, this is gonna be the worst day ever. So I mean, the game, it was great. We played really well. I think actually the subs kind of, they let us down a little bit, but we still won 4-2. Mo was back in the goals. Gakpo has a beard now, so he's playing a lot better. Elliot
Yeah, of
too is
course.
now I'm a man. He's 22, running the games, man of the match performance. Spurs are a mess. It's kind of funny, but also kind of pathetic. Happy, I'm happy. I think, we're out of the league. We're out of all these different things. We won one measly cup. So the only thing I'm asking for now is 3 more games with this manager. Let's make them all rock and roll football and have him leave at least being like, this is the Liverpool that he's created.
Yeah, well, yeah, the pressure is off your shoulders now. They're playing with more freedom, and it seems it's it's showing. Dada, what do you think?
It was a good game. I think so. A couple of things with Liverpool was, and that's and kind of just going back to earlier in the season when Klopp announced that he was going to leave. I feel like when you have this sort of like emotional, they did get an uplift from that announcement, right? I feel like that they had the announcement. It gave them a really good uplift. I think that's where it even helped them in the League Cup final. But the thing about sort of like rallying emotional rallies is not sustainable, right? Like there's only so many speeches you can give before every game, right? So I reckon like during the League Cup, it's like, hey guys, I'm leaving. Don't do this for me. Do this for the fans. And it was, oh, Klopp, I'm gonna go take a bullet for you. You do that,
especially young kids.
Exactly, right. So you do that 1 game, 2 game, by 30 games, like, all right, bro. Like I get it. You're about to leave. Like you can only play on that for so much. And trying to be objective here, I think Liverpool has actually been punching above their weight. So if you look at like
100%.
the 3 teams, like Arsenal, I think City has the best team in the league on paper, followed by Arsenal, and then maybe United and Liverpool, or maybe Liverpool over United. But Liverpool should not even be contending for the title. Let's be honest here, right? With all the injuries and everything. So I believe in regression to the mean. So I figure like eventually the mojo, we're doing this for Gaffer, all that is gonna wear away, and then you're gonna see the true team's performance, and that's what you were seeing. And even the spot with Salah too is also a reflection of frustration from the manager and the player itself. But all that aside, you needed to see a reaction from Liverpool, right? They've gone through this. Well, they drew against West Ham from 2-0. They lost to the
Everton.
They lost to who?
Everton.
They lost Everton. They lost to Derby.
They lost to Everton, and they also lost to Atalanta. I think that Atalanta loss at home was what really like triggered this bad form. So I figure like with a manager like Klopp, the quality on the side, they were going to prove something. Now I didn't think they were going to blow Spurs out of the water, because given the fact that like Spurs were also coming out of the back of a 2-0 loss from Chelsea. So I feel like they also needed to prove something. So I was expecting maybe a tight game, like a 2-1, but then Spurs didn't really have any answer for their Liverpool attack. Like it was just like, bang. It was kind of like the classic Liverpool team, heavy metal that we expected, right? Yeah. They stretched them on the wings. What I really love about the tactic was at the wing, it was always 3-2 or 3-1. And they just stretched Spurs, and Spurs had no answer. I feel like that was one of those games that the manager could have played Richarlison from game one, from the first minute. Because every time I had a chance in the box, there was no one there to finish. And Son was really trying to carry the team. And it was just nullified because between him trying to keep up with the wing backs, there was just nothing he can do. So good game overall from Spurs. And then when Richarlison gone one back, who scored first? Was it Son? Yeah, Son scored first. Richarlison scored first.
Richarlison scored.
Yeah, and then Son scored second. At that 4-2, it was Son that looked shaky, right? It was really looking shaky.
It was beginning to look like that Arsenal game.
Yeah, the Arsenal Newcastle game,
The
right?
Arsenal sports game, the last one when Spurs
Oh
showed up,
yeah,
about
yeah,
to come
yeah,
back at
Oh
yeah.
the end.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's not look like one of those games, but thankfully, I mean, not thankfully, Liverpool can go kick rocks. Uh,
Your
the
heart
the
poked through, Data. You want me to be
the,
happy. You can be honest about it.
the game management was good. I was really wanting a 4-4. I was wanting a 4-4 game. I just wanted to see like Spurs. I
Goals and
mean,
have enjoy yourself, that kind of stuff.
Liverpool under pressure, but Spurs couldn't really capitalize. I think with this Spurs team, kind of I don't know, maybe they're pushing above their weight, but I think they're tired. They're just like I don't know how to explain it. They just seem lethargic. They just seem tired,
Mm.
right? So yeah, it is what it
And they
is.
had a 2 week break, by the way. All of the rest of our teams have been playing, like
Let me,
between whatever their last, before their Chelsea game. They had like
yeah,
10 days off.
they
So
had a
what are they
lot of
tired
time off.
for?
But
But
let
but
me
the thing is,
segue
like, it's not even physical. It's like just mental tiredness,
mental, yeah.
right?
Mm.
Yeah, you
Let me
could just
segue
tell.
into
Like,
into. You said two things that you said one that someone was trying to carry the team. Son has been doing that all season. He's been
Mm.
carrying that team technically, offense wise. Has been the main attacking threat they've had all season. If Song had gone down injured for a long time this season, they would have really suffered.
Yeah, I mean, he went to
Uh,
the Asia Cup and they had a
yeah,
hard time.
they had a hard time. Richarlison has, yeah, a few times he stepped up, but he's really been off kilter a lot of times this season. Of course, they suffered to a lot of injuries, but there's something that happened, and some people were trolling him about it because he came out before this game and said, "Oh, definitely." Angie said he was going to buy players this season because he really
Mm.
needs players. And then people said, "I said, but remember when you came in the first time, you were saying, I don't understand why managers say they need players. You can manage what you have and play your style of football. Then what's changed? Because the Premier League has exposed the fact that squad depth." It's actually
Yeah.
very important. It's a season of soccer, not a month of soccer. It's a full season, and every game is tough. So you need a lot of players. You need good players in your team, and Spurs are finding out at the tail end of the season because I think they're going to miss top four. At this stage, it's
Mm.
Aston Villa's position to lose, and they only need about 2 points or 3 points to seal it. I
no, they
don't
just
even
need
think.
1 point actually.
Oh, you see, they need 1 point. I don't
Really?
think.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so no, Spurs is finishing fifth. I mean, I think the
yeah,
table is pretty much set, except
yeah.
for 1 and 2.
Yeah, well, yeah, except for 6, 7, 8, could be Newcastle,
Oh
Chelsea, or
yeah,
Man
yeah,
City.
yeah, yeah. I'm
That
talking about top
area,
four. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, that area. Let me take some comments before we go into the Chelsea game. We've got a few comments here. I is going. City can win 8 in a row. Nobody cares because of their 115 charges. They cheated their way to it. Fair point. Fair point.
hmm. Wow,
I
Yeah,
mean, I
that's
don't think they have
very
enough fans to like make
that's
it matter.
interesting
Like,
coming from Ayo though. It sounds very bitter. Hmm.
wait. Are you not bitter about it?
Me, I'm indifferent to be honest.
I'm
Oh
bitter.
yeah.
I'm bitter. I'm bitter
Yeah,
for
as
No,
sure.
long
I
as
mean,
it's not as long as the way I look at it is as long as it's not my team winning it and Arsenal, Spurs, I don't care.
yeah. Or maybe you don't care because your team has charges waiting for them next season as well. And
Hey, don't
so
worry.
you don't want
We're
to
not
be a
gonna talk about
hypocrite.
next season yet.
As someone who's actually competed, I definitely care. Like, it's crazy to win, get like 95 points, 97 points, lose the league on 1 point, and know the team that's beating you should probably not have some of those players, maybe some of the whatever it is. Like, I care, but because City don't really have fans, it's not like a day-to-day effect on me. It's just annoying.
Why do you keep saying they don't have fans? Like you
I
mean
mean,
they
they
don't
have
have
fans, but
fans?
they're not fans in my own life.
Okay, wait.
Hmm.
The next comment even makes what Liga says was Akinola Adigun says even if City wins 4 in a row, they're still an irrelevant team. They lack football heritage. No one remembers the one the UCL last season. Actually, it looks
But
like it.
yeah, they're just sounding better, bro. It's like one of those people that say things like, "Oh, I don't care if you're a millionaire as long as you're not happy." Like, who's the millionaires are not happy? You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh,
Okay, Akinola goes again. Arsenal ain't gonna win. Let's go, City. Shameless. I mean, 1 second ago you were dissing City. Now, well, I understand. Arsenal fans. the way I see it, a lot of guys that play soccer would go, we don't mind Arsenal winning it, but their fans, Arsenal fans are the worst on it. Arsenal
Ah,
has
Yeah,
the
the worst.
worst fans on earth.
Honestly,
Yeah, for a team that has not won anything
who've
in
never won the
ages,
Champions League,
never won a
man. And
Champions
they
League.
talk big talk. I'm like, you've
They
ever been in
trash
the
talk a lot.
final?
They trash talk a lot. Like, oh
Even
my
Spurs have been in
god.
the final. Like, come on.
If what's it called? If Arsenal wins this season, I will struggle to get on this show. I mean, I- okay. Take another comment. Liverpool being this is from Ayo now. Liverpool being in the title race was just ahead of schedule. They should never have been there. They just rebuilt this team over the summer. I agree with that.
I mean,
That's what he
I
said.
agree with that. Like, I think that like I'm not saying I'm not really disappointed in that we didn't like definitely crumble, but like I think we did overachieve for a lot of this season. It's still disappointing, but like we're our
I
team.
hope
If
the
you look at it
disappointment
compared to the other
continues.
ones, definitely. Yeah.
Did you,
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
did you hear me? Sorry. You heard me, right?
Do you say you hope the disappointment continues?
I hope your disappointment continues here.
Well,
No, you don't, Dada.
it
You can
most
be
likely
honest. You love
will.
me. We can
It,
see
it
it in your face, Dada.
it most likely will for one reason. There is
Mm.
no way in the world Klopp can be replaced. Klopp to
No,
me is a genius manager.
You never know.
it can't be replaced, but that doesn't mean we can't have a good team. Like he
Uh,
can't be
he,
replaced.
he set up a good foundation too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what we all thought about Alex Ferguson. He set up a good foundation and all of that, and it went to dogs within 3 years. So we'll see. I mean,
Yeah, but we're not like United is like
But there's a
doing a good fun.
there's a
They're a
difference,
mess
though.
though. Like
Yeah, there's a,
their jacuzzis are terrible.
yeah.
girl, that's what they were all said. We don't. Oh, Manchester United will never fall down. This, that.
No,
I never said that. I was
but
like, they're a
No,
disaster.
we said that.
what's interesting is the only football prediction that I've ever made that I'm quote unquote proud of was when Fergie left. I told Arian, you can ask him this. I told him that United would struggle for a very long time, and he did not believe me. He kept saying, "Oh, United is an heritage, blah blah blah." Fergie's relationship with the club was more of it was a singular body, right? It's I mean it was kind of like Arsene Wenger, right? But I think
Exactly.
Klopp, and I could be wrong, Klopp has a more of a collaborative relationship in Liverpool
100%.
where it does carry a lot of weight, but it's not like the entire organization revolves around him. It's more of like
Yeah.
collaborative. Like they were able to set up like systems and things in place, and club made that function well. So their dependency on club is not similar to Fergie. Like United was Fergie, everything, even down to like the person cutting the grass, the chef was all influenced by Fergie. So I think that could be the difference, in my opinion. But time will tell.
Let me
Yeah.
say this quickly before we jump into the Chelsea game. You see, there's two problems Liverpool have. Liverpool have a financial issue.
Yeah.
There's a financial issue, which is that you've got to spend a lot of money to keep up, or you go back and rebuild. Liverpool are rebuilding. A lot of the players Liverpool has, and this is the second problem, a lot of the players they have at the moment are overperforming because of the manager. I do not
Yes.
know if they can get someone that can bring out that extra from these players. Apart from maybe Mo Salah, who we know is going to be consistent for a long time
Mm.
because he's hit that peak level and he's maintained it for a long time. But the rest of the team, if you look at the team, Liverpool, the sum is greater than the sum of their individual parts, the sum of the team.
Sure.
So that is where I have an issue with Liverpool is where is the big money going to come in? If they take a
Mm.
long-term approach of going, okay, let's rebuild over the next 3-4 years, then they would need to be fifth to sixth for about 2, 3, 4 years to be able to grow. If not, if you're talking about consistently being in the top four, I do not know how Liverpool maintains it because the money aspect is an issue because they need to keep winning. That's the thing. Liverpool made a lot of money in the past 3, 4 years, but that was because they were always semi-final
Right.
of the Champions League, big games, always in the title race. Are they going to be there for the next 3, 4 years? That's where that issue is. They're not like a money machine like Manchester United that do not necessarily need to
No.
win trophies to make a lot of money. They're not City or Chelsea who have sugar daddies that money laundering and whatever they're doing. So these are problems that they have, and Arsenal was able to fix this by going back and waiting 3-4 years to build a team. Can Liverpool do that? That's just my thought. Ayo said something that I should post here. He goes, and the slot is bald and Dutch. That's another problem.
Don't bring you
Are,
guys bad Ten Hag juju to us, please.
are they getting a real Dutch manager? Are they getting a Ten Hag version of a Dutch manager? Because
I think
never
my
know.
only problem, actually, I was talking to somebody else about this. Football has made me develop a dislike for like bald white men. It's always those managers, the bald white refs. So I'm gonna have to really push past it to like this new manager. I just have an inherent suspicion of bald people now, bald white people. Man, we'll see.
Yeah, that ain't your top.
Ah!
Okay, there are two comments here. There's a question and an answer. Blooming Ed says, Ayo, what makes you think Arsenal will drop points in Manchester United? And Ayo answers, at Blooming Ed, there's no logic to it. The two teams just have a reverse effect in which the form
Yeah.
team always struggles to beat the team struggling, especially when they're written off. And then Arsenal, of
I mean,
course,
United
struggle to
beat
win at
us
Old
and drew
Trafford.
with us. Like, there's something about playing that team. Our team has been much better than them, and they beat us and they drew with us.
When you whoop a team as bad as you whooped us in the past few games, we would have to react. That was just a natural reaction. If you play us again this season, or if you were playing us in the FA Cup, for example, you would have whooped us because it would have been back
That's
to
true. That's probably true.
normal this thing. So, Dada, let's jump into the Chelsea West Ham game. This one we won't spend too much time because you just tell us, "Oh, surprise! That's Palmer is scoring so many goals." Blah blah blah. But let me let you say it. Let me not put words in your mouth.
No, I mean, I don't let anybody put anything in my mouth, so I'm gonna just clear the air. But no, overall, you made a good point before the game started. We said Chelsea is finding form at the wrong time. But the thing is, one thing, I mean, I think a friend of mine said this, and it made a lot of sense, is rebuilding is really tough. And a lot of fans don't want to go through the rebuilding process, right? It's kind of like,
Yeah.
I mean, just to use a analogy that would make me sound like an old man, but it's like you're trying to buy a house, right? The easy thing is for you to go to the market, buy a house that is ready made, and write a check and you go. But if you have to do a fixer upper, it's very painful, right? Because you're trying to match the bathroom tiles to the mirrors and all that. So I think that what's going on with Chelsea right now is we're going through this rebuilding phase, and for better or for worse, it is what it is, right? But the thing about rebuilding is it's very, very painful, right? Just like you're trying to do a house, you put a nail through a wall, next thing you know, you cut through an electrical, now you have to fix all that. So I think there are three camps of Chelsea fans right now. There are those who are truly, truly all about rebuilding phase. They understand it, they're fine with it, they've come to terms. They see the inconsistency with the team and they're like, man, you know what, this is what happens with rebuilding. And I think those folks are in the minority, especially for we international fans, right? And there's the camp of maybe folks like myself that, it's like, I understand the rebuilding. Some days I'm like, man, it sucks. We shouldn't be doing this. We should be better. And there's days like, and it's all result driven, right? So when we lost to Arsenal, I was like, oh, Poch has to go. This rebuilding thing is the worst thing. We should not be rebuilding. Mm-hmm. And then now that we're winning 5-0, I'm like, oh, rebuilding makes sense. So I go back and forth. And then you have some fans who, I don't know what percent of the fan group they are, who just set on, if Chelsea wins 10-0, they're unhappy. They're like, oh, all the players sucks. They're never going to come good. Clearly capital. They don't know what they're doing. They're the worst owners. I wish Roman was the one running the club, right? So you have these fans who are just like, I don't want to use the word stuck in the past, but they can't see past the fact that you were going to struggle. Like, you just not, like, rarely do you get success overnight. And it sounds very corny, but that's just how life works. If you're rebuilding a company, anything you're rebuilding, you're going to go through this transitional period, and it's very hard to swallow. So long-winded way of saying is, if you compare Chelsea from last season to this season, we've made a lot of improvements, right? It's like we have two players who are on the top 15 highest goal scorers. We have a player who scored 20 goals. The last time that happened was maybe Diego Costa. It's been a long, like it's a long time that we've had a Chelsea player, two Chelsea players be double digits, right? So that's that. And I also feel like a lot of Chelsea players are actually getting better. A good one is Noni Madueke, right?
Yes, right.
And
Yeah.
tactically, I don't know if you guys watched the game, but Poch did something interesting that he did last game against Spurs, and he also did it again where he was playing Kukurea, who was also improved. We almost took Kukurea to United.
That's right.
We almost took Cucurella to United, y'all, and look at him now. Cucurella now plays as an inverted midfielder. So when Chelsea off the ball, it plays as a left back. When we're on the ball, it plays as a inverted midfielder where it is supporting Caicedo, right? And Caicedo is able to go forward. Gallagher is able to go forward, and the combination is just beautiful to watch, and you like it. And then also too, and this could just be a coincidence, is Chelsea tends to play better when Enzo is not playing. So I have to sense check that with a lot of Chelsea fans. Like, okay, what's going on? We have this superstar player, this magnificent player that Liverpool really wanted, but he told them, give them the middle finger. That Liverpool is a crappy club. He doesn't want to go play there, and he came to join Chelsea. Same thing with Caicedo, right? Liverpool really wanted Caicedo, and he told them, hey, y'all best think I want to come play at Chelsea. So when he's not playing, Chelsea is playing really well. But I did a sense check with some Chelsea fans, but I think Enzo has had an injury for 6 months, so he's finally getting surgery. So maybe he's not playing to his full form. Jackson's also another player I think Jackson has scored 16 goals this season, right?
Yeah, 11 in the league.
I might accept him now as Senegalese or Gambian. He's on my maybe list. I've been rejecting him all season. He's on the maybe list now.
Maybe one of them.
Maybe
he's born in Gambia.
Oh, okay.
He's born in Gambia and he's Senegalese. No, because I'm like, Lingard, it's your boy. And I'm like, no, I reject him. I rebuke him.
But he is your boy, though. That's your country.
No.
Yeah.
Jackson is not a Gambian name.
Y'all low-key look alike.
I'm getting off of the pod.
But
do you hear this shit? I'm not coming back.
But anyways, though, like
not look alike.
Yeah, you guys look like countrymen. I can see him being your brother.
Man, all Gambians look the same, bro.
But anyways, though, like, so no, it was a good game. And honestly, too, like West Ham just looked like they gave up, right? Like there was a stretch in the game where Chelsea was passing around them that it just looked like they were done. So I mean, if we finish sixth this season, I think Chelsea has hit the objectives that I set for the team. In the beginning of the season, I said, if Chelsea is able to finish, European spot, get a good club run, I mean, a good run in FA Cup and League Cup, it'll be a good season. So yeah. So I mean, we'll see what happens. So I have a feeling that we might finish 6th or 7th this season. So. And it is what it is.
I mean, considering you're 10th the whole season and now you're actually above United, like that's actually kind of crazy.
I know.
All right, I'll take some comments quickly. That I'll because there's a lot of comments that's been lined up here. Then
I have a feeling some Chelsea fans are gonna come for
you can filter out the ones that are about me, please. I'm tired of this.
Actually, I think they've had their feel about you already. I'll take this easiest one. Galamon asking is this live for real? Yes, this is live. It's 2:44 p.m. Central right now. And then
it is 12:44 in the Bay.
Olasapo is going to Spurs. I think Spurs have wasted a good chance this season. They were not in the European competition, and crashed out early in the cups, so they had enough time to be fresh to get top 4. But Ange seems inflexible.
Did he say something about set pieces aren't a big part of football or something? He said something crazy about set pieces, and I'm like, no, train those more. You guys
the Premier League teaches these guys. This Premier League will teach these guys. The same thing with Brighton. They were flying so high, and the guy started becoming full of himself, and now he's
he really did.
It's 12th or 13th. Ola again is going very good discussion about Liverpool by you guys. Very excited about our present and our future. We'll see how Anne slots in. Good pun there. Good pun there.
Shakespeare. I see what you did there. Good job.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. Then Ola again said Chelsea finishing fifth would be incredible, given how low they were in the table for so long. My United are quaking in their boots, laughing my ass off.
Do Man
Dude,
United care about football though? Like, does it matter to them where they finish? They all seem very indifferent.
I think I don't want us to be in European football next season. Anything that will get Ten Hag fired, I'm serious. If we can
No,
finish
no, no.
12th,
Ten Hag is gone. Ten Hag
yeah,
is gone.
I hope so. I
No,
No,
hope
no, no.
keep
so.
He's
him,
gone.
guys. Come
I think.
on. You guys
Nah,
beat
nah.
Liverpool. You put us
No,
out of
no.
the
It doesn't
cup. You've
matter
been
what it.
brilliant.
Nah, 1,000%. He's gone.
Yeah, Asha Sampong goes. Same people on here were cracking jokes on this podcast when I said the players will be better by the end of the season.
You're right.
Come
You're
on,
right. You're
Asha. We had to crack jokes on Chelsea. Like, if we
right.
didn't crack jokes on Chelsea, then who were we supposed to laugh at? I mean, like right now, you're supposed to laugh at Manchester
Manchester
United.
United.
So, yeah, exactly. So, beginning of the season, we had to laugh at Chelsea. I mean, that's just the truth. And if this happens again next season, we'll laugh at Chelsea again. I mean, right now we're laughing at Man United and Liverpool. So, I mean, you
Why are
got to
you
take
laughing?
it
Okay,
on the
whatever.
chin. Yeah, you got to take it on the chin when it comes. I think, personally, I think Chelsea are kind of crossroads. Um, the first crossroad is what do you do with a manager? I think keep the manager, but
Mm.
Dada said something about buying a fixer upper house. Trying to match the tiles to the bathroom tiles. The door color to the wall color, all those kind of things, and furniture to the carpet, blah blah blah. But it depends on if I get a proper handyman or proper builder to do it, or if I decide to, do DIY it. You know, Bolly should take his hands off. His job
But
is
he
to sign
has.
checks.
He
He,
has.
yes, he has to, because if it's a case of Bolly coming in and just I'm the one that's gonna go run transfers. We're gonna choose the players we buy. We're gonna negotiate the fee. We're gonna negotiate their wages. Give them 10-year contracts. No, get someone to help Poch, a real director of football, a real technical
Definitely.
director to help Poch. Poch is good with kids. You already have a lot of good kids. Like you mentioned, Noni Madueke. You've got that right back. I forgot his name. His name was in my
Gusto.
head. Gusto, Malo Gusto. You've got Gala. Casido is quite young. Fernandez is quite young.
Palmer's young.
Palmer is, I was going to
Oh,
mention him
man, man.
last because he's a pill. He's like,
He's ready, but like
yeah,
he's
he's a
gonna
peer. It's just like you build a team around him, and you already have
Yeah.
what you call the spine. The only thing you don't have
yeah.
is the two center backs. The only thing you need now is to go get two young center backs, or at least one young center
I
back.
think you just need one experienced center back. That's it.
Yeah, one young one and one experienced one. Because actually, you have Colwill.
No,
You
no,
already
no.
have
Chelsea
Colwill.
has, yeah. We
You
also
have
have
Colwill.
Fofana. You forgot. We also have Fofana
Oh,
from Leicester
that's right.
City.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's been injured. We forget about him. That's right. So you literally have your spine then, because you have Palma, you have Caicedo, you have Gallagher, you have Fernandez, you have Noni Madueke, you have Fofana, you have Colwill. So
There's Rich
everything.
James. There's Chilwell. So I mean, the team is not.
Please stop counting Rhys James.
You
Because
can't
stop
Even
get
that.
counting
Chilwell?
Rhys
Well,
James.
thanks.
Like Rhys James is Rhys
No, Reece
James,
James.
like what's his name, Luke Shaw. They're good players, but they're not available. It's like
They're like
having money in the
Thiago.
bank, but
Thiago's
you
the worst of all, man.
no
Oh yeah, I
Thiago.
forgot about him. Has he even
Thiago
played
is
at
Thiago
all this
Alcantara.
season?
Our Thiago. Thiago who
I
I
know.
Oh,
think
you're
played 5
Thiago. Yeah,
Yeah.
games
that's
or less.
Has he played this season?
he played like 2 games or 3
I
games
think
beginning
he
of the
played
season.
half of a game and got injured.
Yeah, I know he came back beginning of the season in
He came
October or
back for a little bit.
thereabout.
I was like, yeah, guys, finally.
Yeah,
Thiago's here. You don't. Oh, he's gone. Never mind.
he's unfortunately.
Made of
So
glass.
I think segueing this into next season, if these guys do what is right, Chelsea, we about to have a more interesting season next season, because I think Arsenal are
And we
going to be
say this every
stronger.
year, though.
No, but
We say
this
this
season was
every
very
year, and one
interesting.
team just
No, not
doesn't live
one
up
team
to
did it.
par.
Yeah, one team doesn't, but we have to confess that like Arsenal stepping up was very good. Liverpool did very well up to March.
Yeah.
Now you could say that with the changes that might be going on at Manchester United, you would have to give them right next season off because they have a lot of work to do. Like Manchester United is so far back, but I think Chelsea is quite ahead. Newcastle are going to be good next season because they have had they're up, and they fell down a bit
They've
this
had
season.
crazy injury problems.
Yes, so they're going to step up next season because I think they've learned from that. So you count Arsenal, who are already on top, Man City, who are already on top, Liverpool, who I still think are up there, and then there's Villa, there's Spurs. Spurs too should have learned from their experience. So we could have a very good top eight teams next season that are going to it might be a good slugfest for that top four. I mean, I know Arsenal and Chelsea, I mean, Arsenal and Man City are going to make the top four, but I think the rest of
You never know.
yeah, Chelsea might be in there.
No,
That's
I'm
what.
just saying, like, no, I'm going back to City and Arsenal. Like, you just don't know. Like, you just don't
No.
know. I mean, because City has to burn out at some point, right?
Yeah,
So
they have to.
you gotta burn out. Like, you can't be running 100 miles an hour. So
Or 115 charges will catch up eventually.
Yeah, 115 charges an hour. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
so it's coming. Asher goes. Let's take this comment. Asher goes. Poch is going to step away, especially if we make Europe. Because of another sacking will crush FFP. They will have to hand. They'll have to sell Gala, Trevor, and three more players. I can see him leaving after next season. Yeah, because he has a point though. European FFP rules might affect Chelsea if they make it to
so why do
Europe.
we have to sell Gallagher again? Due to FFP, can someone remind me?
Because you guys have overspent.
But why him though? Why can't we sell other players?
Because
I think
he's an academy
be worth
player.
a lot.
An
I
academy
see.
player is
I see.
worth
So it's pure
zero.
profit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's
Yeah.
pure profit. Yes.
got it.
Yeah, and then Ayo goes. Chelsea seems to have turned the corner from a car crash to now
Mm,
European level team. Like I always said, the next level of signings will be
be
critical.
critical. Mm.
Okay, let's do the rest of the podcast because we are running out of time. So let's do the rest of the podcast quickly. I was supposed to do United UEFA Champions League predictions next, but that's gonna be short. So let's
Mm.
do relegation next. Sheffield United are already relegated. So as it stands, mathematically, there's only three or four teams that are in danger of relegation, and that would be Burnley, of course, Luton, and Nottingham Forest. Those are the three teams that could be relegated this season. Who do you guys think? Linga, which two teams are getting relegated?
I mean, I literally keep forgetting that Nottingham Forest is even in the league. Like, I feel like we never say anything about them, even though they're at the bottom. I mean, Burnley. I think Burnley and Luton, but I'd be happy for Luton to stay up. Not just because I went to high school right next to Luton, actually, but I think Luton. I think have had a lot of guts and a lot of fight. So if anyone deserves to stay up, it's them. But I don't know. Actually, I think the question for me, and I don't know the answer, is like, who are they all playing? Because that's what's going to determine it. Like, they're all pretty bad. So I would say Burnley and Luton will go down.
Dada, think the same?
Yeah, I'm actually looking at their fixtures to see where they're playing because that is a good point. So Luton is on 26 points and they're playing West Ham and Fulham,
Okay.
right? Burnley is on 24 points and they are playing
Nottingham Forest.
Spurs and Nottingham
Nottingham
Forest,
Forest, yes.
right? And Nottingham Forest has got Chelsea and Burnley, of course.
Oh, okay. So probably Nottingham Forest going down then. Will Chelsea beat them? I don't know. Chelsea's unpredictable.
There's a caveat in this, in that if Burnley don't win the next game, they're down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because Nottingham Forest are 5 points ahead of Burnley.
Yeah, Nottingham Forest is 5 points ahead. Yeah,
Burnley must win the next game to catch up to have a chance of catching up to Nottingham Forest in the last.
And then Nottingham Forest has the best goals difference.
Yes.
So
they
have
an 11.
18.
11-point goal difference, an 11 goal gap on Luton and a 3-point gap. So technically, Luton has to win all their games too. So it
Okay.
looks like Nottingham Forest has the best chance of staying up.
Yeah, Nottingham Forest, I think
Yeah, yeah.
the,
Yeah,
the game this weekend against Sheffield is what helped them out. So I,
yes,
I think, I mean, yeah, I think the teams that are going down are the same one that came up. I think Burnley is out, Luton is out.
yeah. I think so too. I think it's Luton and Burnley. Unfortunately for both teams, they played good
Yeah.
football.
Did
I
they? Like everyone
well,
said,
Uh,
did they?
they were brave. Let me put it that way. They were brave.
My
Burnley tried to play attractive football in this
Mm,
insane manner that meant that they lost hysterically every
yeah,
game.
every
I
game.
feel
Like
like people don't
company,
clown
like okay,
people don't clown Burnley because his
As much as
company
they
with
should.
his big forehead.
because we're rooting for a black manager, guys. That's why.
Oh yeah, I keep
that dude,
So we
forgetting.
just
that
whisper like the shit, but we don't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
that
I know, right?
dude conceded 70 something goals already. Like, damn.
Like
But you know
Onana
what's
level stats,
interesting with
man.
all those teams that are getting relegated, there was never a time, like sometimes you get some teams where like they'll push their weight and they'll fall
Yeah.
down, gravity. Them boys have been down. Like as far as I remember, Burnley has always been like in the relegation table.
Yeah,
Like
only Luton pushed out. Only Luton pushed out of it for a while.
really, Luton
Yeah,
pushed
because
out.
there was a
Okay.
Yeah.
time Everton was in the
Well, they
relegation
drew with
zone.
us, and like they drew with a
Yeah,
few other teams that were going to
I
beat them.
yeah,
see.
there was a time Everton was in the relegation zone. After immediately docked points, Everton were
Yeah,
in the relegation zone for about a month. Then they started pushing out of it.
and they secured safety when they beat us. Actually, adding insult
Yeah,
to injury.
Mm.
well, sometimes you have to insult people that have been insulting you for a long time. You guys have been whooping them for too long. What
I
goes
know,
around comes
seriously.
around. Yeah, yeah.
I'll pray for the
Okay,
relegation next season as usual.
I'll take comments quickly. It goes. Akinola Adigun says, I agree with that. Luton and Burnley. Yeah, you agree with all of us. Luton and Burnley are definitely going
Mhm.
down. Ayo
Yeah,
says,
exactly.
Luton gave all the big teams very good games. Yes, they
That's
gave them
I
true.
all
agree.
big teams
We
and
did.
lost good games and lost. But last
No,
couple
we
of
drew.
games,
We drew.
Luton have been very poor. Oh, you drew with them. That's right. I
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
they scored a late goal against you guys, if I'm
I
correct.
can't even
Or you
remember, but
guys
like
scored
we drew
a
with them for
or you
sure.
guys scored a late goal against them. It was one of the then hey, Everton can hopefully still
Thank
get
you, Allah.
relegated. If they go into administration, they get docked 9 more points. We need to get rid of the embarrassment from the man. Come on, man. This is really some hate in here going
I
on
mean, that
with you
guy
and
hates everything,
he
man.
hates
Listen, we
Everton,
hate
man.
them.
Yeah, no, this is not even about Liverpool, Everton. Or let's believe Everton are the worst run club in the Premier
They
League.
are
Mhm.
terrible. They
Yeah,
really are,
What
though.
happened
they
to that?
waste.
Didn't they get bought by seven partners or something?
Nah,
Some
that it
private
didn't
equity
go
firm?
through.
Or the
It
deal
didn't
didn't
go
go
through.
through?
It didn't go
I
through.
see.
No. Yeah, and Ayo says that these
I
have probably
agree.
been the
Mm.
worst set of promotion
No, yeah.
teams to come up from the
They haven't been good.
EFL.
I'm glad for Leicester to come back.
Yeah, and Ayo says the hate is strong with Ola. Yeah, congratulations to Leicester and Ipswich. They've done very
Yeah,
well. They've
yeah.
done very well. As we have to say that. We have to say that. Okay, finally, before our kudos and donkey of the week, semi-final predictions for the second leg. Who's gonna win the second leg? Basically, who's gonna progress? PSG. Go around. PSG, Dortmund. Dortmund are leading 1-0. Dada, who do you think is gonna win the second leg? Who's gonna progress?
PSG.
Denga.
PSG.
Yeah, I think PSG as
But I
well.
would like Dortmund too, but PSG is going to.
Why? You
Yeah,
like the underdogs? Such a
Yeah, because of
socialist.
Klopp. Because of
Such a
Klopp.
socialist. That's why you live in
I am a
California.
socialist. 100%. 100%. You're right.
And then,
It's like it's not an insult.
Exactly. I'm like, facts. It's an adjective that describes me.
Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich. I'll start. I think Real Madrid have the mojo. They're winning that game. Linger.
I mean, it's gonna have to be Madrid because can't they can't be discounted in the Champions League. But them and Bayern have been closer than I thought in the first leg. Like there's a better game than I thought it was gonna be. It's gonna be Madrid, but like I'm curious. I'm curious.
Dada.
So I mean, I watched the game. Bayern should have won that game,
That's
but
right.
Real Madrid, they have this humble, pragmatic
Yeah,
hockey approach to Champions League, where they're like, "Look, we're gonna beat you, but if you slap me for 97 minutes, that's fine. Just keep slapping me, but I'm
yeah,
gonna beat you." Right? They have that approach. Um, Bayern on the other end too, it's like they have nothing to prove. Like first time now winning
mm,
the Bundesliga, so I feel like they're gonna go all in for this.
yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be a very close game, man. It's gonna be a close game, but I think Real Madrid is gonna edge it, and that's just based on who has more Champions League heritage. And for the Arsenal fans who
100%.
are watching, because they don't know what Champions League heritage mean, so let's
No.
let's 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 explain that to them,
If
please.
you win the Champions League, which is this tournament in Europe that proves you're the best team in Europe, you know what I mean? It counts as heritage in the Champions League. And just say it more Champions League, it's this European competition. I know you've never won it. And because I've won it 6 times, just message me if you need more explanation. I can help you out. I can help you out.
Linger, I appreciate that because I don't want to
Yeah,
be
you're
we don't
welcome.
want to be speaking languages that folks don't
No,
understand. So
exactly.
thank you
It's
for that.
important to make sure we're all on the same page. It's a
Yeah.
European
Yeah,
competition that
yeah.
proves you're the best in Europe, which means you're a big international team and not just a big English team, you know?
We
Sometimes
want to be
we
inclusive, yeah. So thank
sometimes
No,
you.
exactly, exactly.
we take time to educate. That's a
Yes.
very
Yeah.
important this thing
Yes.
we
I don't want
do.
to be throwing big words
European
out there.
competition, and you get a
Yes.
big trophy if you win.
I cannot let's say shots fired. Don't do this,
I'm a
y'all.
teacher. I'm trying to help you
She's trying to
Yeah.
educate.
pedagogically.
Yeah, public service, it's just public service. And the Ayo says EJ will edit this out for sure.
EJ, if I don't see this clip,
Yeah, the final comments here we have Ayo says PSG will go through 3-1. Bayern go through on penalties just because things can't always go their way. Their way
okay.
being Real Madrid. I can only believe Dortmund and Real Madrid will win. And so finally, does anyone have kudos this week? Who are your kudos for
Kudos.
this week?
It's Bayern Leverkusen. We've said it a few different times. Like one again, is it 46 or 47 games now? Like they've hit Benfica's record from the 60s or something. Like they really could do the treble. Like they've already won the league, they've won the domestic cup. I think they'll probably win the Europa League. Like unbelievable.
Yeah, and they'll deserve it too.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Dada, do you have any kudos for this week?
Kudos this week, man. It's got to go to. I mean, this sounds very biased, but being biased is an inherent part of being a sports fan. So I think
Yeah.
it goes to my boy Pochettino. I think he's cooking. He doesn't have all the ingredients figured out yet. Sometimes it puts too much salt, so he has to add lemon to balance it out. But I think he's cooking. I've been. I mean, it's just I don't know. It's like being a fan, man. You set yourself up because guess what's gonna happen is we go play Brighton and we get trashed 6-0. Then I'm back on this pod. Oh, why is Poch doing this?
Yeah, yeah.
But as I said in the beginning, I want to be uh, more logical, manage my expectations, and really think through. This is a rebuilding process is ugly. It's like the talking stage of any relationship, right? Some days you guys are gonna watch a Netflix movie that y'all like. The next day you don't like how she snores. So yeah, you take.
Dada, how long does the talking stage of your relationships last? I mean, you're doing
5 years in. Listen,
because it's like you're waiting for some overdone steak the way you're waiting for this food to like watch is cooking, man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so it is what it is, man. I think I'm impressed so far with what the team is doing. We're finding a good form towards the end of the season, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Some comments
you're right.
here. Some comments here going with my kudos. But first, Ola said, "Bah, Arsenal catching strays on their day of Ola," and then
You're trying to be helpful, but what are the
yeah,
strays?
yeah, kudos, McKenna back-to-back promotion
That's
with
true.
That's
Ipswich
you're
on a
right. Yeah, for
shoestring
sure.
budget. That's from Ayo. Then Akinola says, kudos, Karen McKenna. That was actually my kudos for the week. Karen McKenna, when he was a Manchester United, the fans hated him. And like one fan said this week, we got rewarded with Steve McLaren, so we deserved it. So we really deserved that one. Uh, do I have any donkey this week? Yeah, my
Guys,
donkey.
it's gotta be Postacoglu, man. Right?
Yeah,
Like
well,
you
no,
can't
mine
play
is
that high
different.
line like this.
Mine is different though, but yeah, I
Okay,
think
who's
Ange
yours?
can get it. Okay, mine is the Manchester United staff. Manchester United as a club, every week they keep embarrassing us.
Didn't they get an email being like things are dirty here? Like
Yeah, like oh my god, are you like why do you guys need to keep making the
every
news for the
day.
wrong reasons? Like, come on, come on. We started this season with assaults and this manager fighting with player, blah, blah, and then we're ending the season with the stadium and the facilities are dirty. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, guys, gotta
That's
do better,
crazy.
please.
That's crazy.
Please. Go
Donkey of
ahead,
the week
Linda.
also unrelatedly is Drake. Drake has lost against Kendrick. I know it's not. I know it's not an agenda point, but
What are
like
you saying?
I've
What
been
are you saying?
trying.
Drake lost against Kendrick. What are you
He's
even
been
You
saying?
don't
whooped.
think
What are
Kendrick?
you
Oh
saying?
my
He's been whooped.
god,
What are you
Dada!
saying?
Don't make me lose even more respect for you, please.
Well, I was going to say I'll
Kendrick
lose respect for
has.
you, but I never had one. So what are you talking
Whoop,
about?
whoop.
What are you talking
Ouch!
about?
Oh,
Drake and
What
Kendrick?
happened to me when I was being
oh,
nice to
So,
me
so
today? This is what your thing is?
okay,
oh,
don't get me
oh,
started.
oh.
The
Drake,
chord
Kendrick is
in
your
A
king.
minor, that is a demolishment.
Is what now?
Kendrick's song last night is crazy.
Yeah,
Man,
you
don't
gotta
even.
listen to
We'll
it,
probably just
man.
take this off.
Listen,
You
Yeah,
gotta
I'm
go
not saying
listen
Drake
to it,
hasn't
man.
done well, but like these last two songs, it's
now
because too
it's
much of
giving
the things he's
obsessed.
saying
It's
is
giving
true.
obsessed. It's giving obsessed.
No, no, it's
Me?
it's like
Kendrick,
that
I'm talking about Kendrick is
It's like the
acting upset.
Nas and Jay Z
It's,
beef. Jay Z is the more successful artist, but Nas chewed him up. That's what happened here. It's
Yeah,
just the truth.
Kendrick is
yeah,
this
yeah.
obsessed. I bet
Drake
he's
is
got a
more
poster.
successful than Kendrick, and we're not arguing that. Like
Yeah,
that's
but
just
he
factual.
just chewed
No,
him
sorry.
up.
What's factual? What's factual?
The Drake is more
Drake is more
successful than Kendrick.
successful.
Oh yeah, of course. And he's also a better rapper.
Yeah,
And he's also
I
a
don't
better
agree with
rapper.
that.
I don't think
No,
so.
I
I
don't
mean,
agree.
this week is saying otherwise.
Man, Drake is the GOAT. What y'all talking about? Come on, man.
The Drake is the GOAT. Oh
Yeah, Drake
God.
is the GOAT. Yes.
Okay, Ayo says he has two donkeys. Ange for losing 4 games in a row. Yes, that's right. Ten Hag for his election
I
campaign
didn't even know
interview
what
with
Ten Hag
never.
said. Like I can't keep up with this Manchester United news, man. You
They
guys
need
are
to fire
crazy.
that guy at this time. I don't even listen to anything he says anymore. It's been
But I
boring
remember
for
one
long.
time that you guys thought that was going to be Pep 2.0. You and Ayo, both of you.
Oh, I said me. I'm like, no, I
No,
don't
not
trust
you. I'm
Wildman.
talking
I've already
about
said.
Ayo and Bucci. They're like, oh, this guy is the next Pep. Look at what he did at Ajax. He's also bald, just like Pep.
I never said that, but I said some of the stuff you said.
You know what? Respect.
Proud. Oh my God. All I get out of the
uh,
chat.
I said, hold up. Chris Brown stunts on all of them. Yeah, Chris Brown actually, what's that guy's name? The Migos guy he chewed up.
Quavo?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Chris Brown has
Brown
owned
definitely
Quavo. That is true. That beef is over. Chris Brown won. There's
it's
no
done. Chris
debate.
Yeah,
Brown won.
Quavo
He
needs to
got bodied
retire.
by singing.
Yeah.
And Drake is not
I
better
know.
rapper than
We can't
Kendrick.
even.
Stop
I have
it.
to go.
That's what
I
Ayo
can't
says.
even start this with Dada. That's crazy.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and argue with people that don't know music, so we can move on.
Let's say it's football
Football
and music.
music.
I'm
Well, that should have been
loving
our
this.
segment. Our last next week. The last segment of next week should be who is winning the beef. We'll see what
Yeah,
happens this
and
week.
we'll have all summer during the Euros. We'll do some music. That's right. That makes sense. And then Linga, that is not
Dada's
like
not like.
us. Asha says that's right because
Honestly,
that's like.
honestly,
I mean,
man.
normally Dada wouldn't be on
Different.
this
He's different.
podcast if Chelsea did not win 4-2. He would be having a project at the museum on a Sunday afternoon. But so he's not like us. He goes to the museum on Sundays. That kind of
Haters.
stuff.
He goes to the museum on Sunday.
And then I said I never said that about it and stuff like that. Dada, do you have any donkey for this week?
Maybe the manager for Spurs just not being able to string wins together when it matters the most. But yeah, that's it though. Like no one particularly stuck out to me to be very honest. I can't think of. And also too, donkey of the week, and I'm going to say this publicly to Chelsea fans who are now willing to deal with the pain of rebuilding. They're the real donkeys.
They're just entitled. That's just what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is actually, and you could put that on a T-shirt.
Denial is a stage in grief.
Exactly.
They're still in denial stage. All right, guys. It was good to see you, Linga, Dada. Thank you, viewers. Thanks,
Yeah.
Akinola,
Linda,
Ola,
I'm gonna be in Cali.
Asha,
I'm gonna be in Cali in a
Ayo.
few.
In SF or
Yeah, I'm coming to San Fran. So
You're going to the socialist capital of
hell
the
yeah,
world.
man. You
I
and me
know,
both have
right?
to go out. Let's do
Old
it.
Texan like me, that'll be interesting. Be hanging out with this tree huggers and the
Boy, with his
likes.
Afrobeats
And
DJ
and
lifestyle,
plant
man, it's
plant meat.
crazy.
What's it called? Plant meat lovers. All right,
Exactly.
guys.
Yeah.
Thanks again. The podcast is here every Sunday, same time. Follow us on at Footy Fantasy on YouTube and on Instagram. Footy 80 Fantasy on Twitter. Thanks to my guests, my viewers, Asha, Ola, Akinola, Ayo. There's the other guy with the name, forgot his name. Guy had a double name, but thanks for your comments. The comments are so far away, I can't remember the
Mm.
name. Yeah, I found it. Blooming Edge and Ngalamu. Thanks all of you. I'll see you guys next week. God bless. Bye.
All right, y'all. Cheers.
Bye, everybody.
All right, Linga. Take care.